Hey you guys, and welcome back to RamesGames. It's been a while. Today we're playing Kingdoms and Castles by Lion Shield Studios, I believe. It's gonna play a new game. I did try to record this once for 20 minutes, but due to my own ignorance... Oh, you know what? Now it wants to be loud. There's no winning with this music. Anyways, yep. New game. There's peaceful, easy, and hard. We're just going to be doing easy because, well, that's effectively the normal. So, since the first video is kind of a flop, technical difficulties and some other stuff, I do know a little bit more about the game than I otherwise would have previously. Kind of looking for a somewhat optimal start. This isn't great, but it could do once we clear out some of the trees. So let's do that. We'll just do the... That made no sense. I clicked this and it went to that. We'll just do the Lion Shield Studios banner there, because it has the blue in it and I like the blue. Alright, so the first thing you do is you drop a keep down. You press R to rotate. That's also something I had no clue about. They're going to drop this mostly on unfertile land. Or completely. Yep, that should be fine. Next we drop down a few roads. I'm not going to do any more than that, and then we're going to just drop down a house. And then we'll want a farm on the most fertile spot that we have, which, not escape right click. That's barren, that's barren, that's barren. That too is barren, very fertile. Yep, I couldn't see that spot before, but that's where we're going to put the farm. It's fertile, it's not amazing, but for now it will do. And then we'll chop these trees around the barren. So it's better to put the houses on barren land, because you're not going to be wasting those tiles that you could otherwise put food or an orchard on. I plan to put an orchard on these 4 spots right here. There's only one barren space, but hopefully once we clear out all these trees, it won't be the worst decision. Because these 3 spaces right here are fertile or very fertile. Either way, we get 1 regular space, but that's fine. Yeah. I still want that cut down. So we're going to want all the wood we can get right now. I don't really think about how I rotated that when I did it, but I like that. That's nice. I guess that's the stockpile, or on the sides here. I would assume each resource has its own tiny area that they throw stuff in. I don't really know. I never noticed that detail right there, because I had never had a lot of wood to actually play with. And now that that tree is cut down, we'll put a piece of wood there, and then we'll build a quarry. After that we can build a forester once we get the 5 stone necessary. But something easy to do is to build not enough houses. This is definitely not the most efficient I could be doing the houses, but in terms of tile, it'll work. I'd prefer to turn these tiles right here and here into nothing but housing. I didn't notice any details because I got to thinking about this later. I don't know if they have to return back to their house, like at the end of the day or anything. But if you click on it, it will tell you their needs. They have access to everything they want except a well. Which a well is 10 stone. But that just increases overall happiness, and overall happiness is the likeliness of, I assume, people going to join your settlement. So to click or keep, you got your 3 advisors. They will tell you what they need. So you start out, you need farms for your workers. And then you need new construction, but no one to build it. So they're saying you should, you can close other buildings by clicking on them. So once I have the stone I need, or they're done cutting down this wood, then we can speed up time. We can close something, like the farm if we have an excess of food and we don't need it, or whatever. Because we have 5 beds, 5 workers, and 0 idle. So until they finish up this house, because they have a lot of building projects, and we've got 1 worker on the farm, and the other 4 people are just going around and doing stuff. That's a very inefficient way to stack wood, people. And then that looks like the food stockpile. That's cool. Again, never noticed that detail before. So that's done and built. I'll go ahead and close that for a second so we can get the rest of the building done. Because once we get the other house built, then we can reopen the mines and get more people in it. Simple as that. 4 people visited, but no one can find a home, so that sucks. I can't really tell them to prioritize building the house. Speed up time. Alright. This has 0 of 5 residents. When the people visit, if we have a place in our town for a home, then they'll show up. Simple as that. Right now we have still 5 people, but 10 beds. And 2 people idle, which means for now we can open the quarry again. That purple symbol tells you who's working on what. And we lost all of our goods because of heavy rains. You can see there was partial flooding on the grounds. And that this is entirely flooded. Scrolling is... it's almost like it moves a block at a time. Kind of finicky, that's all I'm saying. They're not saying anything new, so I'm not... okay. I keep trying to click to get off these menus, but that's not how that works. So we have 7 people out of the 10 beds that we have. So what we can do now is, as soon as we get the stone. What? Food stores are running low, perhaps more. Well, maybe the food stores should not have been flooded. You can see that it looked flooded again. I don't know why this texture is so weird. Kind of one of my complaints about this game is some of the texture work is really strange. If you have 2 roads overlapping and one of them's building and one of them's not, I forget what it's called, but you have the overlapping textures on the same plane and like everything just starts flickering all over the place. So hopefully they sort all that out. See our food slowly growing in there. And it's always raining. We now have 5 wood, so we can build a forester. So what this guy will do is basically just make wood. I want to cut this down. We could just as easily put the orchard here, which honestly I'm considering it. It is a little too far from the roads, so I'll have to find a good place to build the road, which we can just do it right along here. And then put the forester over here. So let's just do that. And then, ah man, so because there's a barren tile, I didn't account for that. So we might actually just have to build a road all the way out here, which is what I did not want. I didn't realize if there's a single barren tile. Which makes sense, I guess, if you think about it. That they wouldn't be able to use it. Could always wrap around up here. Spot is also very fertile. But we're gonna have to get the forester first, because if we can't get those trees in, then no point really worrying about the rest of it. Honestly, I guess right there is as good as anything else. And we need more housing. Once they cut all that down and once all these roads get put in, that should allow us to put the orchard down over here. It'll allow us to get rid of that farm with the orchard. We can get a granary for the storage and other stuff. Still going better than the last game I had. We basically have no food, so let's just speed up the work here. Plenty of wood for everyone to get the stuff built. Just about getting it built. And we are officially out of food. I don't know what happens. I'm kind of in a daze right now. My room is burning up because my graphics card is a piece of shit and blowing out air that's so hot I can barely touch it, so that's great. And I am no stranger to hot air or water, so that kind of says something. I would say my graphics card is easily like 90 degrees. Not great. Not great for the already dying computer. Must do something about a food supply. I'm working on it. Truly am. Alright. We're gonna close that down. We desperately need workers in our farms, so. And we're gonna close that down. That puts us at 2 idle. I don't even care. We just need the food. That's the bottom line here. We need the food. And of course it's winter. We only have 5 food. You guys are probably starving. That was a nice short winter. Let's just get our food up. Yeah, well, without something. Have they tried not starving? So the food output maximum for the farms are 10 on very fertile soil. If we can get the orchard, we won't need to worry about all that, of course. Of course, it's still too far away. We'll let our idle people cut down the logs and build the roads. There are dragons, there are dudes that will attack. And there's just a load of unfortunate things that could and will eventually happen to us. Hopefully when the dragon comes it doesn't actually do anything. Alright. There's 3 people building. And as soon as that orchard is up and running, I might just close the other stuff. The number I saw the orchard at on my other game, which again was very brief, just for the last video that I ended up not keeping. Yep. This is where they tell us that we can examine these and find out what all these people need. I agree that they need a well. actually won't disagree with that no matter how much I hate the peasants complaining. And we can easily put a bunch of houses right here, so that's nice. It's a good use of the space that we unfortunately have. Your kingdom is happy and content. Perhaps we should raise taxes. Well, no one's ever said anything about taxes to me, so you know, there's that. I don't know anything about. Alright, I'm just not gonna open that anymore. If all you're gonna do is complain about food. The output on that is 32. Each one of these is 10. So I can just demolish that and demolish that. We'll keep the other one, because its output is still 10. So I guess it's about 40 food. And mind you, we can't even store all of it, so yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put these houses. I really want to put them along the wall over here. I know we can get attacked. I don't know how the combat works, so I kind of want to leave this tile just in case we have to build walls. I don't see anything attacking us from off the map, though. I don't know. I really do not know. So, what do you want now? We can tax them. So, do I need to build something for the castle? Oh, there's a cottage. Okay, interesting. We'll just save up for the cottage, actually. Which means we actually have to open that. And honestly, we should probably just build another house just in case, because I don't know what our housing situation is. I should have also considered rotating that house, but I don't care. Really don't. Year 9, 3 people visited, 2 found a satisfactory home. Again, it's just because people have their needs and we're not fulfilling all of them. We will make charcoal, I just don't know where I'm putting it. And it's this right here. It produces smoke and people don't like it, so. Gonna put a stockpile here, somewhere between the stuff, the things. The granary, I'm gonna want that. No. We'll put that there. That way it's kind of in between. If they have to transport it. All this is unusable. The dark stone is unusable. The light stone is where quarries can be built, and then this is where iron is built. So having the granary here for food's not that bad, considering all the fertile land is over here and back here. That'll allow some extra food storage. Less of it will go bad. Our food still really sucks for some reason, but you know. Perhaps it's just because they're transporting it. And that gave us 200 food storage. Wow. We are slowly getting wood. They do replant whatever they harvest. This is going pretty okay. We're gonna definitely put up a cottage. Yep, we'll just put it right there. It should still be close enough to the well that everyone's satisfied. And again, the only thing that we don't have access to is charcoal to make these guys happy. And these guys simply want neighbors. And they're not going to be happy with the amount of noise that we have anyways, so I'll just build another hovel. And then they'll probably just get upset because they don't have access to the road and all of that. So to make one residence happy, I'm probably making another one extremely upset. The dragon is sighted, and here it is. Here is the dragon. I can't click on it. We're just going to assume it's not going to threaten our presence whatsoever. And it is about every 20 minutes, so that's interesting. So it's quarry noise, and they do have road access. Probably because it's on an adjacent tile. Good enough. We're doing alright. I have no idea how to tax people. Gonna start expanding this outward. That allows for a whole nother row of houses. Then on the other side we could put all the things that they want. And then over here I might just put the charcoal. But we don't have any of that right now. Look at this. Just textures. That's not okay. The flickering is just... fix it. This is not okay. These would probably be flickering too, but the only reason you don't see them flickering is because they're the exact same color. Like, if you're going to have tile-based construction, you probably shouldn't have your items exceed the tile. That's all I'm saying. Don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good game, I like it. Lion Shield Studios, I believe, did a pretty okay job on this one. And again, I don't know if it's fully released or if it's in early access. I didn't bother to look. But this is $9.99, I do know that. That's as far as I got. They were about food for the winter. We could build a town square. And then the dragon is just to initiate talk of defense, which I personally don't care. Speed the game up. Get more wood. Build the charcoal thing. Make people shut up about it. Did I ever build that stockpile? No, because it was going right here. Nice. And they do have to run back to the house. We got our first fire, that's exciting. And our first fire is the well. How strange. How's that even possible? Why is my well on fire? We don't have a radius on what the smoke is either, so I could be suffocating my peasants, and I don't care. We're gonna need another orchard. So real quick, I'll speed up time, which should give us the wood and everything. And then as soon as I build this orchard, I will end the video here. Because with our food problems sorted, if I load up the game, I won't have to worry about forgetting anything. Only thing I don't like about what I'm doing right here is, first of all, I can't place it here, because that's barren. But if I place it here, then we can't expend the road out without going around. But, big deal, right? That's cool. It allows you to see inside. Neat. We got 37 beds, 11 idle, which means we don't have enough people doing things. But yeah, you know what? Before I get too into it, we're just going to leave it there. So this was Kingdoms and Castles. I'm not going to guarantee another episode on it. Don't know. Just going to go through and cover all the games that I do currently have to cover. One by one. We'll see. If I get enough feedback on it, probably will. Otherwise I won't. Just cause, why not? Thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay positive. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video of some kind. Bye-bye.